Aleppo in Syria. These jihadists belong to a terror organization that wants to establish an Islamic State.
We used to use a trailer to drag jet skis, quad bikes and motocross bikes. These days we drag along infidels, people who fight against us, people who fight against Islam. You can film them.
The jihadists have killed 7 Syrians.
Drag them, brother. Drag these infidels. They really stink, don't they, brothers?
The corpses are dragged to a mass grave in an open field. Members of this terror brigade have been recruiting jihadists in Switzerland. Like this man, Matthew from Valais, or Abu Suleiman from Canton Vaud, seen here. In London, Swiss TV meets a security expert from the Federal Institute for Technology in Zurich. He's been studying the radicalisation of jihadists in Switzerland.
In many cases, it's a combination of all the factors: humanitarian, a quest for meaning in life, a desire for adventure, a desire to help people. But in most cases, particularly over the last few months, it's clear that an inspiration in jihadist ideology is one of the main motivators.
Case 1, the innocent. This is Matthew, 30-year-old son of a university vice-chancellor. He also wanted to join the Holy War. The paragliding teacher couldn't find any proper training and did various jobs. He was searching for something. Then he found Islam and converted. From then on, he called himself Mahdi, which means saviour in Arabic. Last December, Mahdi came across the Facebook profile of Abu al-Hassan from Lyon. He was fighting for a terrorist group in Syria. Abu al-Hassan wrote on Facebook, "Yes, I am a terrorist and proud of it. Anyone who calls themselves a Muslim must be a terrorist, as this is the will of Allah." Mahdi clicked like. Before long, Mahdi accepted the call of terrorism and flew to Turkey over the border from Syria. He ended up in Raqqa, the headquarters of the ISIS terrorist group. But the terrorists didn't trust him and took him back to Achikala, near the Turkish border. Mahdi got lost and, after illegally crossing the border, was picked up by the security forces. After Mahdi returned home, an investigation was launched by the Federal Prosecutor's Office in Bern. It's one of several investigations into Swiss jihadists accused of supporting a criminal organisation.
We do have cases at the same time of individuals that come back fully radicalized and are planning terrorist attacks.
Case 2, the terrorist. On Facebook, he calls himself Abu Suleiman. He's originally from North Africa. He grew up in Canton Vaud in a Christian environment and has a Swiss passport. He was a late adherent of Islam and went off to Syria last autumn. His picture is the first to show an armed Swiss jihadist. Here he's seen with Syria's branch of al-Qaida. In the beginning, Abu Suleiman just wanted to do humanitarian work. The extremists distribute aid among the people to gain popularity before imposing their ideology. Syria's al-Qaida also carries out suicide attacks with armoured trucks like this, filled with homemade bombs. Loaded with tons of explosives, the suicide bomber drives off. The target, a hospital in Aleppo, which has been converted into an outpost for Assad's army. Afterwards, the surviving government soldiers are executed by al-Qaida.
Radicalization, which is the process of adopting a certain ideology, is a process that takes place in most cases independently and in many cases online. You have individuals that are bombarded with information that mostly they acquire through social media about what goes on in Syria, about jihadist ideology. They see the atrocities there, they see a certain narrative about an Islamic State that attracts them, and that leads to radicalization.
Case 3, the fanatic. This is Valdis K. from Bosnia. His picture was first published by a Swiss newspaper. He used to live in Kriens in Canton Lucerne. His father-in-law, a Swiss with Bosnian roots, also lives there. He's a close friend of Nusret Imamovic, who's built up an Islamic mini-state in northern Bosnia. The authorities suspect this radical Islamic enclave of supporting terrorists and smuggling jihadists into Syria. It was easy for Valdis to reach Syria with the help of his stepfather and Nusret Imamovic.
Of course, it's impossible to know everything that goes on, and once somebody leaves Switzerland, once somebody goes to Syria, it's very difficult for Swiss authorities, as for any other European intelligence agency, to know exactly what they do once there, what connections they build, whether they engage in terrorist activities, and whether they even seek to do something back home.
Young jihadists. All of them grew up in Switzerland. And they're all ready for absolutely anything.